Hi everyone. It's been a while since we did a collective reading, so I feel now it's time for us to just keep ourselves updated with what it is that universe wants us to know for the time being, what it is that we have to do for the best of everyone. So if this is your first time in this video, in this channel, hi, hello, my name is Iris. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that this reading is able to give you some sort of reassurance or some sort of perhaps some clarity that you need to know for now, for the time being. Okay, this reading is timeless, so you are meant to watch this whenever it is that you stumbled on this channel, on this video. Okay, so what I want to do here is to see what it is that universe wants us to know for the moment. I'm gonna pull 3 cards because that's how I feel. Okay, so sometimes I do read cards directly, but sometimes most of the times I will I will read them intuitively. Please bear with me, because sometimes the way I describe, the way I explain the energies, the cards, it's a bit funny. It can be a bit funny, at least that's how I feel. So if I suddenly chuckle, if I suddenly just smile or laugh, it's because I'm laughing at myself. Okay, all right. So universe, what are the messages that you want us to know for the time being, for our viewers? What is it that you want us to know for the time being? Okay, 3 cards. Four of Wands, Death, and King of Wands. Seems like for a lot of us, to me, it looks like there's a lot of change coming, especially when it comes to changing to a new norm. Like because previously a lot of us are always at home, working from home, or being with the household. There's a lot of family love, a lot of family union in these cards. Okay, for some of you, I feel it's more like friends for some reason. Okay, that's just like a very tiny bit of you, but of course there will be changes, because now things are changing, things are, hopefully we can consider it improving. Okay, and there a lot of you need to break free from this this loving, this safe energy into something of inspiring, going all out and being and showing your best self and reaching your highest potential. It is for your own good, of course, definitely. And not to say that you were stagnant, not to say that you were boring, not to say that you were not doing anything. It's just that it's time for you to step out. It's time for you to go all out, right? It's time for you to show yourself, okay? All right, so anything else? Hierophant. There's a change in the structure, especially when it comes to very likely either your family routine or something to do with your household. Okay, if you don't have a family, if you don't have like, not to say you don't have a household, if you don't have a family of your own, if you're still single, if you're living alone, then this is more about your structure of your home life, your routine, you know, between your work and home. All right, there's definitely a break in the routine, a break in the order, but not to say that it's going to go into shambles. You just have to know how to manage your time, how to manage the people you love, how to manage your energies, your expectations. It's all about, I mean, there's a change involved. Death is definitely a major transformation, a major change. Something has to go so that the new can come in. So what does it mean? What does it mean for you? It may mean that for most of you, it can be a new routine, a new venture, a new thing that you have to pick up, right? And with the King of Wands to me is something that is you influence people based on your charisma, the way you talk, the way you present yourself, the way you you do things, you know, where people can see you and people can hear you. Okay. Anything else before we go further into the reading? Anything else? Okay, so Five of Wands here, I feel this is more of, to me it feels like a advice. I know I did not ask for advice for you, but for me it really feels like an advice, because then it ties everything in. So Five of Wands here is saying that you've got this, you got this, all right? You don't have to worry. Of course it's going to be difficult. Change is always difficult. Okay, 5 in tarot, even I think numerologically 5 itself means change. Okay, and change is always very difficult. Okay, it's not easy from going from what you have already in order and going into something that's totally different. Something, it's like, you know, throwing a wrench into your gearbox. You're throwing it, what's the term, what's the idiom? You know, it's like going to do something that is different from yesterday, right? So the routine changed, everything's changed. The idea is that, oh, I have to use my brain power to remember a new routine, to do all this and all that. Okay, but otherwise it is for your own good, right? Okay, is there anything else before we move into the next message? Okay, so Ace of Wands, definitely it's just telling you, you got this. Not only do you got this, but you have to make sure that you really want it. Okay, so whatever change that is coming for you, that you have to do, very likely is something that you must do. Okay, the thing about this Death card here, yes, we read it as major transformation. It is something that's going to be very, very different from yesterday, from a minute before, 1 hour before, 1 day before, but it is something that needs your consent. Okay, so to me, this Death card, the change that you want, it is definitely something that you very likely either you already have like 50%, like you want this thing. Okay, it's kind of, it's different, like if that change is something that is out of your control. Okay, to me, this Death card is already something that you, at least 50%, you accept it already. Okay, so once you make that decision, just go all out, right? Okay, I think we're done with this one, so let me see if there's any other messages. So you guys can give me any other thing that you want our viewers to know, that you want all of us to know. Is there anything else? Seven of Cups, Four of Swords. So here I feel it's you may have a lot of questions, struggles, but specifically struggles. Usually struggles I would get it from Seven of Wands, but here it was very loud to me. Some of you may have struggles, more towards struggles than questions. Okay, but it is not something that cannot be dealt with. I read these two cards in a sense that, in a way that there's telling me, yes, you will always have this question, you will always have this wonderment, you know, you will always think, what if, but it is not something that is going to continue, it's going to go on forever. Okay, because along the way you will be able to overcome it, to solve it, and find out your answer. Okay, so don't worry about what ifs, don't worry about what's going to happen. Okay, anything else from this message? Page of Swords. If you have worries, if you have, you know, what ifs, always ask around, always, you know, because in a way you give yourself some sort of reassurance, right? So it's okay to ask, it's okay to dig deeper, it's okay to you know, find out, do some research, find out some answers. Like, okay, for example, let's say your friend says, oh, this come buy my product, this product is very, very good, you're gonna love it, you're gonna use it, it's not what's the word, allergenic, blah 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 blah, and they will try to sell you this thing, right? And this person is your friend. Okay, for some of us, maybe, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure Western cultures, they will straight up just ask more questions. For Asian cultures, for Asian people like us, we are more like, okay, I'll think about it, but then we always will likely hold in our heart, say, I want to help my friend, should I buy the product, but I am not confident about the product enough, something like that, right? So it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask for confirmation. It is okay to say no. Okay? If you're worried, try to find, if you're worried, then try to find ways to, you're definitely worried because of something, because of uncertainty, because you're not sure about this thing, about that thing, right? So your only way to overcome the worry is either meditation, so that you stop worrying, stop thinking about what's going to happen, or you find out the answer. You try to find out some sort of reassurance, some sort of confirmation, right? So that at least you know what to do, you know what to decide on, right? Okay, so before we go to the next message, universe, any advice you have for them? Any last one? I know this is advice, but okay, what's this about? It is something that you are really, really afraid and worried about, isn't it? So technically, the card is just saying, yeah, so very likely you have this tendency to always worry the worst, or think of what could go wrong instead of what could go right. Okay, it's very human nature. Don't worry about it. All right. I also want to say that this card sometimes can come to me as fickle-minded, as in you don't know which side to go to. Okay, some people are okay with being on the fence. Some people they do not want, and it's okay, right? It's like this. We have worries is because we cannot find the ultimate answer. What we can do is minimize risk and try our best to tackle that problem head on without any fear, instead of, oh my god, what am I going to do? Well, you better find out what you have to do if that moment ever comes, right? Then in that way you are more ready to knowing what to do then. Instead of waiting for it to happen and then you panic, and then that's going to cause more chaos because you're going to panic more, right? So my only tip for you here is to find out, to do more research, to prepare yourself if this is not something about getting reassurance, right? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna move on. Last message for you, final message for you. So what is it that collective has to know, universe? Page of Wands, and this is for us because outcome. Just go on out. This is the same as the first reading, that the reading that we did in the beginning. Just go all out. Don't be afraid. Not that you're afraid. I think it's more like you have to take this. You have to make the change. Be the change. Okay, because there's a lot of wands in this card. If you haven't noticed yet, I have 1, 2, and all these wands are very, very good cards. Okay, and this wands card here is more about, it's more like, don't worry. Okay, yes, you probably are worried or scattered minded, you doubt yourself, but so long as you have but the cards are saying that, you know, okay, if there's anything you are worried about, then you need to do more research, ask around, find, dig, demand answers, okay, and you will definitely get it, okay, once process it. If you agree with it, it's okay. If you don't agree with it, then find some more. Okay, life has to go on, life has to continue. You have to keep on fighting. Okay, I don't know what's the problem. I mean, there's nothing that tells me that you are in a bad place, to be really honest, in this reading. Okay, this was the beginning, this was the first card. It just tells me that you are safe with your family at home, but there's a change that has to be made. Okay, and I can tell you, with this card here, you are going to make so much, you are going to make a lot of difference, be it for society, be it for your family, or even yourself. Okay, all right, so that's all I have for you, universe. What's going on? That's all I have for you. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have if you like my video, if you like this message, if you resonate with it especially, I would really appreciate it if you can give it a thumbs up. You can share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my video to my channel, please do subscribe. It really helps me, just knowing that my messages are doing a lot of good for you all. Okay, and it would really help me in making more videos for you all. And I really hope that you do find my channel inspiring. I hope that you find my messages insightful, helpful. Okay, I think I'm done with my speech now. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye.